I know it's not Monday, but we're back for a in-depth spoiler review of Acolyte Episode 5. Woo!
I don't know about in depth.
Mostly a lot of, oh my God, it was good.
I think we all know enough about Star Wars to be dangerous and not enough to sound stupid in certain times. So
True. All I'll have to say is there was one thing I messaged Brucifer about 5 minutes into the episode.
5 minutes.
I said the first 5 minutes, chef's kiss Star Wars. I'm a sucker for a good lightsaber duel. Anytime you get one dude taking on like 8 Jedi,
that was crazy.
That sends me happy. I've always been a fan of the dark side of the Force. Don't take it the weird way. It's just something that we never really got to see in any of the movies or TV shows before.
All the bad characters are always the most interesting ones in Star Wars. So,
yes. So needless to say, I was intrigued. I was not surprised to see the reveal in this episode. I loved it.
I was happy with one thing.
Yeah. He got the General Zod treatment.
That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. I should have said General Zod.
It's funny. Cheeseman, there's gonna be some spoilers. So I don't think you're watching it anyway. I have prepared this slide beforehand. I saw this on X. They were pretty spot on, but they missed a few.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I'm pleased that my secondary theory of who the big bad was correct. My first theory wasn't, but my secondary theory was. Figured it could have been.
It could still be
one of two people.
It could still be the mother. Not one of the mothers could still be the big bad. Be the master.
It's who it is.
Nah, he has to have a master.
But I'm going to try not to say too many things that are too overly detailed. I don't want to give too many spoilers out. But you just got to spit on that thing.
The first 5 minutes, I was just like, what the fuck? What's going on? It was like nonstop action.
I mean, it was a 29. It was like a 29-minute episode. So, like, yes, there was action. We expected action. We were left on a cliffhanger of Lord of the Rings. We're going to walk through the woods for 28 minutes and reveal big bad last week. So I expected it to be action filled, and it was, which was good. People like to see lightsaber fights, and we got lightsaber fights.
First ones we've gotten in a long time. Oof. Come to think of it.
Yeah. I was, I had some issues with certain things, but I put them aside and just enjoyed the episode.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the fight where he just force pushing and pulling and slicing and dicing. It was just like,
the fighting
opera fighting. I was like, wow.
The big fight at the beginning was fun. Daphne Keene is a Padawan.
Mm-hmm.
So that skill level against someone who killed a Jedi Master and trained somebody who killed a Jedi Master. But that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, I thought she lost a little too easily to May, myself. But they pretty much probably have the same amount of training. Actually, it may probably have more.
I was more impressed to how she was standing up to the big bad.
Yeah, she was holding her own pretty good.
Yeah, especially since she started training with a wooden sword earlier in the series. But it is what it is. Yeah.
Josh!
It was it was what you want out of a Star Wars episode. Excitement, lightsaber battles,
Everything you want to see.
Yeah.
They have four good episodes for most people, for a lot of people. And then this episode was just like, what the fuck?
I mean, I think they're just again, it's one of those things. You got to wait till they pull the full story arc.
Yeah.
And figure out where they're going with it before you can really figure out how you really felt about each individual episode, because you don't know if you're missing something until the whole story is revealed. So,
did they already release episode 5?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh shit! I haven't even seen it.
What?
If you like lightsaber battles, Josh, that's
so do they all die? You can ruin it for me. Do they
Spoiler alert, most of them.
Okay. That's what I was hoping for, so I'm not mad.
I personally thought they all were gonna die and just May or Ocean make it off the planet, but I was really surprised.
Wait, so what time do these drop on Tuesdays?
9 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, now I know.
And exactly at 9. Like you go in there, it's not there. It's not 9 o'clock. Boom. You refresh it. It's there.
So do all Padawans get to learn dual wielding lightsaber fighting?
I don't know. I don't know if they practice that with their wooden swords.
Wooden swords.
But I'm not going to nitpick. I'm just nitpicking and being an asshole. But that is what it is. You can't think too much into this crap. It's just be entertained and leave it at that.
Pretty much. And it did that job. So that's all that really matters at the end of the day. It was entertaining. I got to forget about my life for about 30 minutes, some odd minutes. And yeah, there you go. Can't wait for next week.
See, that's how it should be.
Yeah. It's too exhausting to fight over the minutia.
Well, it's taken a lot to get to that point on a personal level, but yeah.
So we were talking.
You got to go through the fire.
We were talking about some theories about what's going to happen next week, Brian.
Well, I still think there's another layer to this master game here.
The fucking hamster better get killed.
I don't think we've seen the end of who the master is. I think we're dealing with the apprentice at the moment, because Star Wars always rhymes, and we always see the apprentice before the master, and we're going to get a good reveal. I'm hoping it's a collector of sorts.
What kind of collector?
A collector of forceful beings.
Oh.
I don't think they'll go that deep.
A character from Legends that they'll bring forth, and they'll still have a problem with it.
I don't know. The way I always feel about Star Wars, I always think it's going to be far deeper than it is, and it always ends up being very surface level and very straightforward as to what it is. So
I know, but I want it to be okay. Just let me have this.
And it's possible. It's possible. But there are only 3 episodes left. Your big bad is still out there.
Oh, there's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And this, it was a 29-minute episode. It was short. It was very, very short.
Damn.
Who's that?
Yeah, it's not even Game of Thrones. At least Game of Thrones episodes were like an hour and a half each.
Yeah.
Bastards.
These episodes are way too short.
Well, that's kind of how Star Wars has been since The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's like they've made their episodes progressively shorter and shorter.
I guess trying to save money.
Oh no, I'm just waiting for that 10-minute season finale from one of these episodes.
It just always feels weird because the episodes aren't consistent in length. It just always feels weird. You get like a 29-minute episode, and then all of a sudden they'll stick you with like a 50-minute episode. It just feels really long, and then it's just, I don't know. I guess they just They film it all and then chop it however they want to chop it logically. But
Yeah, because I'm sure the last episode of this will probably be like an hour.
I would hope so.
That's a guarantee.
Hopefully, well, not what was the last episode of Mando for season 3?
Oh yeah, never mind. I think it was like 38 goddamn minutes.
Yeah.
Some stupid shit like that. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was short. The problem is I don't revisit any of this stuff anymore because it's like I don't feel the need to after like Easter egg videos, because I'll just watch the episode and then I'll just do the deep dives on the Easter egg videos and call it good.
And I correct me if I'm wrong. I thought this show for this season was supposed to be a self-contained story arc.
Well,
it could
be. To where it's only just the one season.
Leaving it so that you're not necessarily left on a cliffhanger. You could do more episodes, but this story arc itself to come to completion. With 3 episodes left, if there's short episodes and stuff like that, there's a lot of cleanup and wrap up.
What was the last Star Wars show? Was Ahsoka, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How long was that last episode? That was pretty long. I want to say that was almost like an hour.
Longer than Obi-Wan, I think. But
if Rosario's fight scenes were in normal speed, they probably would have been a shorter episode.
It was 46 minutes and 20 seconds. And The Mandalorian was 39 minutes. Boba Fett was 39 minutes.
Is that full running time, or is that because remember Star Wars gives you 10 minutes of credits. You got to find out who was doing the voices in Slovak for the show. So I mean this one ran 29 minutes, then the credits hit. Basically,
I think what is it?
What'd they give the runtime on this one?
It was 34 minutes, 35.
Okay. So then, it was 29 and 5 of credits.
I think Obi-Wan had the longest runtime with 52 minutes. Andor was 39.
Andor had a lot of episodes, though.
Yeah.
Well, that finale of freaking Kenobi was freaking amazing.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan. Wasn't a big fan of Obi-Wan.
I loved the secondary duel after Mustafar, where Anakin got his face mask cut open on the other side.
I think that was my least favorite, just because you could just see how bad the writing was.
Yeah,
like it was.
There were weird holes. I can go with the weird Star Wars stuff, and this probably doesn't make sense, but I just don't like basic bad writing of a story. It's like, okay, if somebody enters a place after, they shouldn't be ahead of you.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. Well, there was the other thing was like when Obi and Vader first meet at that part, and they're playing hide and go seek, and I'm like, why are like if I was Vader, I would just use the Force and like.
Yeah, he wants to kill him so bad, but there's a fire. There's a fire. Whoa, back up.
Well, or just like the stuff like I forget what happened. Like something happened, and like you see Obi-Wan run behind like this pile of like rocks or something, and Vader's just standing there, and I'm like, what is going on right now? Like,
I had a problem when they got to the gate when they were in that little transport, and they had to do all these things to try to disable that gate, but then they don't take the ship through the gate; they just walk around and go. So I was like, why did you even write that in there? Why was this edited that way? It makes no sense. Those little things just bug the shit out of me. They're stupid little things, but it just takes me out of the story.
Yeah, so this has, like everybody said, this has some of the best lightsaber fights in a long time.
Does the guy float anymore during this fight, or no? Is that just when he made his entrance in the last episode?
No, not that I saw.
Not really.
No more Nosferatu floating.
I gotta watch.
I agree, Degrassi. Well, go watch it. What are you doing?
I forgot. I didn't realize it was already out.
Yeah, no, it was great, man. Start to finish, I was enthralled. So I'm ready for next week. I'm just hoping we get some bigger reveals. Star Wars has always been like Joe says, they always kind of set you up, but the last few setups have been really disappointing.
Yeah, they want you to dig deep in all these fan theories and this and that, and then you just get this very surface level. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
it is what it is.
And honestly, that's part of my theory as to why The Last Jedi wasn't well received, is because a lot of people's theories didn't work out.
Yeah,
you know.
I watched it again today. I still like it. I still like The Last Jedi.
I love it, man. For me, it's one of the best like Star Wars movies there is. But I know
if you take every Laura Dern scene out of the movie, it's fine.
Yeah, I will say, okay, the one criticism I will give is the whole keeping plans from Poe shit. That was stupid.
And hey, I got to stay on this ship to die on it for no reason.
Yeah, no, it was stupid. But other than that, it was great though. The overall message of the movie was what really got me excited about it, and it's a message I'll still defend to this day.
I always feel it would have been a better movie if it wasn't a Star Wars movie.
I will say this: they did. I don't know if that's ever been done before. The way he was disabling lightsabers. I don't know if that's ever been done.
Yeah.
No, but whatever it was cool as hell, though.
Yeah, it was. I was like, wait, what? What is he doing with the lightsabers? At first, I thought he cut the tips off, and I was just like,
broke their crystals.
Yeah, but he literally like disrupted them. Whatever metal or material he's using for his helmet and his gloves, I was just like, wait, what? That was insane.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes it throws me off how they do power sets of some of these individuals. They're like so super overpowered, but then they can get overpowered by somebody who they shouldn't be overpowered by, and that's always a little weird, but that's fine.
Okay, so is this?
You're thinking too much, Joe. You're thinking too much.
Yeah.
Is this whole episode just them fighting? Is that literally all this is?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch it. I'll be back if you guys are still on.
And a haircut.
Oh yeah.
Okay, bye.
Like
later, man.
It wasn't bad.
Flashlight's too much for him.
It was. If you like lightsaber battles, and that's what a lot of people like with Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why you tune in. I mean,
yeah, I'm not
Jedi Force and lightsabers, man. It's like, yeah, I get it. There's a little bit of other aspects to it, but at the end of the day, what do you watch Star Wars for? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, that was the complaint about Andor. It's like, well, we want Star, we want.
Well, exactly.
But I liked Andor a lot. I liked the story in Andor. I thought Andor was exceptionally
I remember when they announced the Acolyte, and they said there was going to be a ton of lightsaber battles, and then a certain person that we all know, that I want pew pew. I'm like, you just wanted lightsabers in Andor. Now you want freaking pew pew and freaking Acolyte? But he has since changed his tone. Thank you, Dom.
Dom has surprised the hell out of me. I figured of all the shows, this would be his least favorite, but he seems to be a champion of it. So
he's getting what he wants. He's getting action. He's getting aliens. And that's always been what he wants. So that's good.
Sean Hickman said it was from a Dark Horse Darth Vader comic. It's the metal that extinguishes lightsabers.
Cortosis or whatever. I think they talked about it in that other whatchamacallit.
This was Star Wars version of the Red Wedding. I didn't expect two of those last characters to die. Me either. Those are the two of the show's popular characters, actually.
Yeah.
Not as good as the Red Wedding. But enjoy it.
No, you're not wrong. Catelyn Stark,
Yeah.
getting hers.
He sounded pretty wise there at the end. Hey, Degrassi, I sent you the link. Hop on.
Well, it's either he is Plagueis or the person he reports to is Plagueis. I'm telling you, they are gonna give us Plagueis. We're getting it.
Plagueis.
And if we don't, I will drop out of Star Wars.
Yeah. See, you're doing exactly what other people do. Get your hopes up, and then when you don't get it,
I know, but I'm
then you'll be back for the next
unlike other people, I will not get mad or disappointed because one, I'm a Star Trek fan, so I'm used to getting my hopes destroyed, and two,
well, I mean,
you're probably right, Samir. You're probably right.
With the duality of the Sith, the apprentice is always looking for an apprentice and wants to overthrow the master. So who knows?
Thank you. And not only that, but they could work the James Luceno book in and make it canon still. They have danced around that complete book. Danced around it. Not only that, but they mentioned it slightly in. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but they mentioned it in the Tarkin novel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll go that route just only because they have 3 episodes left. And are you going to really introduce a bigger bad now when you still have the big bad out there?
Well, absolutely. Because if you want to keep this era going, you got to give us a tease at the end.
Yeah,
a hook, as they call it.
Yeah, because how many seasons can you keep someone an acolyte?
Exactly.
Are you thinking very end cliffhanger?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
How Game of Thrones does it. They leave you at the end of that season. There's that one thing that makes you want to tune back in for the next season.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like that's what we're going to get. And it won't even be a full-on thing. It'll just be like a hand in a cloak on the edge of a chair. And it'll probably be on Exegol, of all places.
So Samir said, so that dude has a helmet made to withstand Jedi mind trick. We finally got Magneto in Star Wars.
Amen.
They pitched 2 more seasons. Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna get another reveal at the end of this show.
This is what people wanted. They wanted to get away from the Skywalker stuff into a new era. Mm-hmm. And they've been building up this High Republic, like Joe said, for 5 years with Adventures, the regular High Republic, and what's the one that Wayseeker likes? Young Jedi Adventures.
Yeah, I mean, but that stuff is before this.
Yeah.
So.
I'm so excited because I've always wanted dark side stuff. I don't even care if we got to go back a million or out into the future. Like one of my favorite parts of the Rise of Skywalker was, or whatever the fuck, was the stuff on Exegol. Like I want to know more about that. Like, can I get a little more of the mystery of the Sith, please? And thank you. Like,
I don't need clones.
Well, it would explain it more. Maybe it's not a clone instead of, well, it is a clone because they've explained it. Yeah. But anyways, no, but I just want more explanation to the Darth Plagueis riddle from the Opera House and Revenge of the Sith. And that won't ruin anything. No, if anything, it'll just actually reinforce that statement, make that story have some meaning. And if we get that played out in live action, my God, man. But I'm hoping for, at the end of it, last 30 seconds of the episode, a cloaked hand from the back of him looking at what's his face? The dude that just basically wrecked shop with a bunch of Jedi. I failed my master. I couldn't get the 2 of them. We have to look for another dyad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if he realizes that he has what's her name? Can't even think of her name.
May.
Not May.
Osha.
Yes. I wonder if he realizes he took Osha.
I think he realized that.
I think he does. That's why he was gentle at the end, because I think he sensed her. I think he did.
But Soul didn't.
Soul didn't. because his mind was too clouded by the dark side.
So I'm guessing the mystery is still what did Soul do and what did the Jedi do?
Yeah, I think that, and like, is there another Sith?
No, I think they fucked up a bunch of witches. That's what I think.
Well, like I said, I think there's this. Like I said before the show, I think he is the apprentice. Like he's the Darth Maul in this situation here, you know, not the master.
Well, if he's the Darth Maul, he's pretty goddamn powerful.
I mean, out of all the motherfuckers I've seen like get down, this guy is the closest to Ray Park I've seen. Like this guy, I would have loved to see this guy go at it with Darth Maul. That would have been dope. That would have been a fight.
They had some fun kills. The way it was done, there were some fun kills there.
Can you say this is one of the darkest moments in a Star Wars show or movie?
I wouldn't say the darkest, but
I would have to say Order 66 was pretty dark when Anakin went and killed a bunch of children.
But this is maybe the second best choreographed lightsaber fight I've ever seen.
Well, this is the most like dark side we've gotten. I'll agree there. Like we don't get enough dark side. Like, god damn it, man! Let's get the heels.
I've always said Jedi are boring as shit.
They are
characters. Well,
that's why I like the Clone Wars had its moments because they would dabble in the dark side a little bit, you know. But you want to talk about weird Star Wars? Yeah, watch the Clone Wars. They got some weird shit in there. But yeah, no, dude, just blown the hell away, dude. I can't even talk. It was so damn good.
I was just like waking people up in my neighborhood. I'm yelling. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't that excited, but I enjoyed it. I wasn't like, yeah, but
I was.
It was fun.
If somebody gives me a call while I'm watching the show, like, you bastard, hang up already, Chris.
I did. But I was just like, I was like, dude, I'm 7 minutes in. This shit is fucking insane. Like, it just hit the ground running. I'm expecting her to wake up and, oh my god, everybody's missing. Wake up, wake up. But no, you look over and you just see yellow and green and blue and red smacking into each other. He sliced that one almost completely in half. They like showed the lightsaber go through the guy's body. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that's one of the best kills. Force pulling him to the lightsaber. Like,
it's right up there with Rogue One when Darth Vader threw the guy on the roof and then sliced him and walked away.
Hey, it's Philip Chungy, the world premiere freaking presser here. Hey, Chungy.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Just give me next week, please. I'm there.
I wonder what his name's gonna be. I want Darth what? I would like to know his name.
Yeah, what's his Darth name?
Yeah.
Master Sith was pretty rad when he came running out the woods toward the camera. Wow.
When he threw the lightsaber and and the trees fell, they were still like on fire, cinders.
Yeah. That was crazy.
And I was like, that is sick, bro. Like he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try. Fuck me. And he just it was dope. Dude.
And Darth Magneto.
Man, it is kind of Darth Vader. He's like, well, it's obviously there's only like two kinds of steel in the Star Wars universe that can block a lightsaber. One of them's Beskar, and I can't remember what the other one's called. So he obviously had that helmet made. And I don't know about the whole, so you can read my thoughts. I don't know, but even the way he talked in the helmet was dope. And then when he took it off, everybody kind of knew who it was. At first, I thought it was one of the moms. When I saw those arms, how ripped he was when he was swinging that, I was like, that's a dude under there. That's that guy, man. That's that. And the way he went from like a bumbling idiot to the way he was, the monologue when he was like talking about.
We got the same thing with Palpatine. I'm an innocent, happy old man, and great.
We got the same thing with Yoda from the light side. Like he was the bumbling idiot, and then it's like, Master, you see Yoda, you know.
Degrassi, I don't think he can be because Plagueis is a different kind of race, ain't he? He's one of those long-headed.
Well, he hasn't been established, but in the other continuity, he is immune, which is.
But I like how he said that shit, where he was, he was like, I don't have a name. They don't have a name for me. But someone like you, a Jedi, would call me a Sith. And I'm like, holy shit, he said it.
He said it.
I got that Peter Griffin moment. Ah, he said it.
He said it. Avengers Assemble. He said it. Like, yeah, that was pretty dope, man. When he
as soon as I saw his arms, I was like, that is not a woman.
No, that dude's ripped. That guy's ripped, man. And
Holy.
But again, all this has to be pretty much self-contained and taken care of, and doesn't make it back to.
Oh no, they're all gonna die, Joe. They're all dead.
Because you can't have a known Sith be put into.
I think May and OJ either take a vow of silence and they leave together, or Saul sacrifices himself somehow and everybody dies somehow. This is gonna either be Rogue One, or they're going to switch canon up a little bit to where people knew there was Sith, but they went to the outskirts of the galaxy and never talked about him.
As long as the Jedi die.
I mean, we're like 90% of the way there. May
can stay alive, and that's fine.
Yeah. There's only one left.
That dude single-handedly murked 7 Jedi by himself. And like 3 of them were masters. That's crazy to me.
So here's my question after watching this, Bruce. What does this do for your force projection theory?
What force projection theory? It goes out the window, I guess.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been meh on this show for even though I'm one of the few that really liked that 3rd episode. I loved the message in that 3rd episode, and everybody gave me shit for it. But this episode right here has restored my interest in not only this show but in Star Wars. Like I'm back, baby. This was what I needed. I needed this.
Thank you
this
for
was like an adrenaline boost.
That Dark Matter season finale is dropped.
Even Qui-Gon has secrets when Maul ran through him.
Yeah. No, Chef's Kiss. This is some of the best Star Wars I've seen in a very long time. Since Ahsoka. And that was just because I was such a Rebels mark.
I was too. I just didn't like what they did to Sabine. But other than that, I really loved Ahsoka. I just didn't like them making Sabine a Jedi. That bothered me.
I saw it coming just because of what she was doing, training with the Darksaber.
It's just the artist in me, It's just the artist in me, Brian. She was always my favorite character because she used art to make the world prettier, because the Empire was such an ugly place. The galaxy was such an ugly place. She would use art to cheer herself up to get through all those depressing moments. And it feels like they took that away from her.
They just got glossed. They didn't even really mention it too much. I mean, they showed her art, but they didn't.
They showed the art. That was about it, right?
Yeah. The fact that she was an artist was always my favorite thing about Sabine.
For me, Andor's still the high water mark for.
Yeah, now that I've gone back and watched Andor back to back to back, and not waited for it all week, because you forget things. Now that I've watched it, it's very intense. That's a great show. That is a great show. It took me watching it all together, though.
Sith have been extinct for millennia.
Yeah, well,
What's all this Star Wars positivity? Positivity isn't Star Wars for over 10 years.
Where's all this negative? Where's all the negative? We need negative shit.
Hey, Anthony, you want to come on? Come on.
Don't bring Beltray on here. He's just going to tell everybody how woke it is. That's just woke. That we shit was so woke. Hold on, don't throw up, Bruce.
You're
going to be all right.
You stupid.
He's going to come in and be like, that shit was so woke.
He says everything is woke. I went to the store, it was woke.
Did you guys?
Yeah, I hope you were awake when you were in the store.
Did you guys see that grocery store commercial? See how woke that chicken was, that right?
I'll be interesting to see what the hate feeds are tomorrow.
Oh, I was thinking about that. I'm like, I could see
I could see the whole too little too late angle. Too little too late.
Yeah.
Too little too late. And I don't know, man. Here's my only thing, man. I really wish Amanda Lowe would not have dropped that stupid video, because this episode showed what a good actress she is.
Well, it wasn't. I don't believe it was for Star Wars. I think that was just for Juneteenth and what she's
I think so,
experienced.
but the twerking and
Had
shit,
nothing to do
Bruce,
with
you
Star
gotta
Wars.
admit that's a bad look. You gotta admit that's bad optics. The twerking and all that.
Yeah, a woman can do whatever they want with their body.
She can, but I love her. I know she hates me because I'm white, but I love her anyway.
Here we go with that.
I love her.
If you want to sign up for Black Women Hate White Guys fan club, send all your texts and messages to Chris on Instagram.
I've got all this internalized white
X.
guilt that I'm trying to get out. Me and me, I got just all this internalized white guilt. Me and Anthony Beltray, we're trying to get it out of our systems. He's got Dominican and Puerto Rican and black like guilt in him, and we're trying to end the wokeness. We're trying to embrace it. We want to be woke. We just don't know how.
Mondi also said Count Dooku was not a bad guy. Facts.
A lot of people
and his head is shaped like a penis. So
a lot of people were tricked by him. You know, that's the beauty of it. Like when I try to explain it to Perp, he's always like, what makes that so special? What makes Anakin's story so special? And I try to explain it to Perp, like really explain it to him from a lifelong Star Wars fan, and like he gets excited for some of it and some of it, but I guess he's going to stream tomorrow and talk about it. He really loved this episode. I think everybody did. Am I serious, Samir? No, man, I'm not serious.
He's not serious.
I love Amanda. I love Amanda Stenberg. She can say whatever she wants. I don't care. I love her. You know, I cried when she died. You know, every time I watch Hunger Games, I cry.
Yeah, actors and actresses are going to say things. You got to separate the person from the role. If not, nobody would watch anything Mark Ruffalo does.
Right?
Mark Ruffalo.
Or what's his face that my mom loves because he was in Passion of the Christ. I keep telling my mom, you got to understand, Mom, this dude's QAnon as fuck. He's a weirdo.
Jim Caviezel?
Yeah, she loves that.
Just likes Jesus. Leave him alone. He didn't hurt nobody.
I don't like QAnon shit. It's pretty weird, man. I don't know. He's a good actor.
I have a QAnon guy living down the block from me. He's out of his mind. He wants to make a commune with women serving him.
Didn't she go back though, Daryl? She went back because she fell in love with Voss. What's his name? Quinlan Voss. She fell in love with Quinlan Voss and brought him back to the light side when he turned dark. A lot of Jedi, you know, start dabbling in that dark art and they get corrupted.
Yeah. It's crazy. So Chris, what is your theories for next week's episode?
I think that Saul is going to think he's talking to Osha, but he's really talking to May, and he's going to say, this is what happened, and I wronged you. I wronged your family, but I didn't have a choice. I think maybe one of the moms was in on it. I think maybe the moms got into a magic fight, and that's what killed a lot of them. I don't know. But I think that Saul's going to apologize to Osha and ask for forgiveness, but really he's talking to May, and I think that's going to soften May enough to understand what happened and not seek revenge anymore and just want a life with her sister.
Well,
you know,
that was that, and I don't know, maybe it's just me and maybe I'm just a moron. May was ready to give herself up to the Jedi, and then all of a sudden she's throwing fists with Daphne Keene.
Well, she felt, you got to understand, she felt attacked in that moment. She's like, whoa, this guy's out here murking people and you're trying to do your duty. And not to mention, you know, she still has an issue with the Jedi. Like, she still has an issue.
You know, and her number one priority is her sister. She doesn't care who gets in her way, Jedi or Sith. Apparently.
But she was going to go to Kilnaka to turn herself in.
Turn herself in. That's
before there was a third murder.
Yeah, I mean, there are tiny little plot holes you could nitpick, but I don't know, man. Maybe if we wait, we'll get it all put together. Because this 5th episode kind of tied everything together for me when it comes to, like, at least, you know, who the Sith Lord is. We still don't know why she's doing it, but she was like scared of him. She was like, "I'm weak. I was weak. I'm sorry. Forgive me."
You've always been weak.
Yeah, and she's just trying to say whatever the fuck
line.
She's got. Yeah, she's just trying to say whatever the fuck she's got to say to get out of that moment, to live.
Well, that's what Sith Master always shits on the apprentice. That's kind of what the Sith Masters do.
This
like
is what
the
I put
shit
up.
that Palps did to Vader was insane in the comics.
Yeah,
in
the
terms
stuff
of
he
the
did,
way he tortured him.
the stuff he did to Darth Maul later on when they flushed out Darth Maul's story, just even in the animated stuff when he murked his brother, like Sidious 3. I always tell people get mad at me, I don't care. Darth Maul was the first Anakin because he was victimized the way Anakin was. A lot of these peoples are. They find him in a weak moment, and they look at May. He found May in a weak moment. Whoever found her in a weak moment and used that. They hate.
Do you think the choreography in this rivals or on par with Duel of Fates?
It's definitely on par. It's on par with not only Phantom Menace, but it's on par with Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like it's right there. It's that good. This was and between the trees and the way they did the filming at eye level, everything was at eye level.
Yeah.
And you could hear and every time he would shock one, it was like you could see the movement. You could count the moves. It was choreographed really well, man. And everybody when they died, they looked like, oh shit, I'm dead. Like when those two Jedi looked at each other when their lightsabers weren't working, the Asian woman looked at the black guy and was like, yo,
we're screwed.
We're fucked. And then they came back on. They came back on and they're like, all right, I guess we'll rush him. And he slices through one, stabs her, and then pulls another one that was in the background onto the lightsaber. Like he murked 3 Jedi in like 4 motions. That's crazy choreography. And Saul kept jumping in. Like we had like 3 jump-ins. We had like 3 run-ins. Like it was WWE. Like it was WrestleMania. We had like 3 run-ins, man. Like it was crazy.
I think Basil will be the key to this whole thing going forward.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he was the never mind.
The
Basil's the Sith Lord. He's the Sith Master. I'm not going to
Darth Bane.
Just kill that damn hamster. That's all I'm asking for.
This was better than Duel.
No, nothing's better than Duel.
Ooh,
nothing.
Ooh. Hot take.
I respect that. I respect that take though. That's a hot take though, because I could see the younger people digging it. Because the one thing I've always told Brian is, as much as I love Duel of the Fates at the end of the Revenge of the Sith, that fight scene is choreographed within an inch of its life. I mean, it is choreographed to perfection to the point that you almost go, yo, this is a little too long. They're really getting down, man. I could have done without the swinging part. The swinging part always takes me out of it for a minute. We only got 3 episodes of this stuff. See, now I'm excited for next week. I want to see what happens.
Yep. I wonder if they make it back. I wonder if Saul makes it back to the council.
He's got a good point. Okay, 1 versus 8, but this is a Sith Lord. But Anakin, you got 2 brothers who love each other, and a father figure, a master and the apprentice. You've got one that's just starting to learn the dark arts, but was at the time the strongest Jedi they'd ever seen against the most pure Jedi there's ever been. That's how I look at Duel of the Fates. You have the purest Jedi that there's ever been fighting against the strongest Jedi that there's ever been. That's a good fight, man.
Obi-Wan never lost a fight.
Obi-Wan never lost a fight. And in his
he did lose a fight to Vader.
No. He didn't lose.
Come on. He lost the first fight. His PTSD set in.
He did not lose. He didn't lose. He gave up. He gave himself up to the Force. He did not lose. Obi's never lost a fight. Look at Obi's body count. Okay? He took out Maul not once, but twice. Okay? He took out General Grievous. He fought Anakin in his prime and took him out.
Still lost.
Okay?
Actually, he lost twice. He lost once during the Obi-Wan show, and then he lost during A New Hope.
I don't count that Obi-Wan show.
I don't count that Obi-Wan show.
But so I think we've said enough about this. So if you haven't watched this episode, go watch it. If you haven't watched the show, go watch it. You can binge watch all 5 seasons tonight in what? An hour and a half.
One versus 8 is a good argument, though, man. Like he took out 7 of 8 Jedi, man. Like this dude murked them, but Maul could have done the same thing. Maul. That's what Maul did. He
did, but then he had problems with the Padawan.
Yeah, well. Yeah. I don't consider you're talking. I know you're talking about. Are you talking about Ahsoka? When they fought? Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about Daphne Keene, Padawan. She gave this Sith Master a run for his money after the Sith Master just ran down a bunch of Jedi Knights.
Well, she was focused,
and had just recently killed a Jedi Master.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you, guys. We'll be back next week for episode 6. Please, if you're watching on the replay, put your theories in the comments. What you think is going to happen next week?
What?
I don't.
Yes, he could have. What are you? Whoa! What? What? Wow! No, don't. I can't. He's doing.
All right.
Does he know
have
me?
a good night, everyone. Good night. We'll save this argument for another time.
Samir's great. Samir's
hit that
great.
like button, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.